Good Shabbos. One of the issues that we're finding today is that truth is totally out the window. As I think mentioned before, my wife had a conversation with this Muslim woman from Afghanistan nearby, and she was saying that October 7th never happened, that it was the army did it. Unbelievable, the lies that we're hearing. Lies and lies and lies. And it's having an impact, having an effect. So I want to bring two opposite ways of thinking. I'll start with the following. The Talmud says as follows: when two people are holding a garment and they come to the Beth Din, and each one says it's all mine, then the law is that you divide it in half. What's if one says it's all mine, the other one says it's half mine? Then the law is the one who says all mine gets 3/4, one says half mine gets 1/4. Why? Simply because they're only arguing over half. So over that half, you divide it in half. So all the commentaries ask the question, Tosfos and others ask the following question. There's an idea called migui. Migui means, believe me in my weaker argument, because if I was a liar, I would give you a stronger argument. So believe the one who says it's a half mine, because if he wanted to lie, he would say it's all mine. One of the answers given by a commentator called the Nimuka Yosef, he says as follows. We don't say a migui daha'aza, which means we don't say a migui. We don't give this concept, that believe me, my weaker argument, because if I was a liar, I would give you the stronger argument. If the stronger argument is much more difficult to say. For normal people, to say a big lie that it's mine when it's not yours at all, that people won't do. But if it's not yours and you're only saying it's half mine, people are more apt to do that. And therefore, they're more willing to say, I got there, it's half mine, when it's not theirs at all. But to say all mine, no, not that they wouldn't do. So therefore, when the person's saying it's half mine, you can't say he could have said it's all mine. No, he couldn't, because it'd be too difficult for him to do that. Now, I take this discussion on the Talmud and transpose it over what's going on in Israel. And the explanation that when we've given up parts of Israel, that has come back to bite us. The fact that we gave up in Oslo, the fact that we left Gaza, didn't make the world like us more. It actually made them hate us more. Think about anyone who was around then knows what the position of Israel was before Camp David Accords, before Oslo, and before the disengagement. And it was far superior to the way it is now. In the eyes of the world, it was far superior. We were seen as the David to Goliath rather than the other way around, which now we're the Goliath. And our enemies, the David, in the eyes of the world. Why is that? It is because, I'll tell you, I saw a clip from about 2000 when Ehud Barak was ready to give 95% of the West Bank, or the Yehuda Shomron to the Arabs. There was a debate between young Israelis and young Arabs on CNN, and the Israeli says, we're ready to give you 95%, and the Arab said, but it's all ours. And the sense in the audience was to accept their side, that it's ours. What do you mean you're going to give us 95% when it's all ours? We come along saying we're ready to give you half means to say that it's not ours, because if it was ours, we wouldn't be giving it. That's the way people think. So we think we're Mr. Nice Guy, but in reality, the way it's translated in the world is that we're thieves. We're the thieves. Because of that, if you're a thief, you deserve everything coming to you. Maybe a vigilante in a court of maybe law would be guilty, but in a court of public opinion, they're heroes. And so this is how this is seen. This is seen in this light now. What's going on is seen in that light. We gave up. That means to say we're not the real owners, that we are the occupiers, and people that they're saying. And because of that, well, if you are the guilty party, then anything that's happening to you is is right. Well, then you might ask, hold on a second. So how could they say it's all mine? If it's not theirs at all, didn't we just say that a person normally wouldn't do that? You wouldn't say it's all yours if it's not yours at all. You might say it's half yours. So this is actually taking a leaf out of the perspective of Hitler. Hitler says that if you do a small lie, people don't necessarily believe a small lie. Why? Because they could imagine themselves lying like that. But if you do a big lie and you do it often, then people will believe it, because you couldn't be lying like that, right? So the way you do it is you just repeat the lie again and again with conviction, and people believe you. And that's exactly what they've learned. It's actually part of their religion. It's called tekiah, a right to lie if it serves your religion. And so that's what they've done. There's the lie, we're occupiers, there's lies about what happened. Even as they've themselves video things, then they say it's a lie, in whichever platform they need to. They just give out big lies and repeat it again, and all of a sudden the world starts thinking, oh, well, if it's not true, they wouldn't have said that. This whole idea of being occupiers, the whole idea that this belongs to anyone but the Jewish people, is the big lie. And they repeat it again and again, and we've bought into it. They have absolutely no right in Eretz Yisrael. It's not only because God gave it to us, and He gave it to us as a nachlas olam, as an eternal inheritance, but also because there was never such a thing as a Palestinian state. It never existed. So how could we? This was a Jewish state many times, and Jews have lived there throughout history. And our problem, when we gave up parts of it, we have bought into their lie. We have agreed to their lie. And I saw this amazing speech in the Knesset this week by a Likud member, a woman who said, there are soldiers before going into Gaza singing, Ani Mamin b'emunah shlema v'yas HaMashiach, I believe with complete faith in the coming of Mashiach. And even though it's tarry, I still believe in him. And she says that there are those who make fun of that, this messianic zeal, believing in a Messiah, believing in, some people use that term for those who believe in the rights of the Jewish people to the entire land of Israel as a messianic viewpoint. And she says, what was messianic? What's messianic is the idea of a green line, that would bring us peace if we believed in the green line, like I used to, she said. And messianic was to believe that Oslo would bring us peace if we brought all these terrorists into the heart of Israel. That would bring us peace. The dreamers, starting frankly from Shimon Peres and onwards, who believed in the new Middle East, that this is a vision that he had, that we just bring them in and give them control, will somehow bring us peace. It's brought us October 7th. That's what it brought us. It's brought us before October 7th with thousands of lies blown up in buses and pizzerias and so on. That's a messianism, a false messianism, a dangerous messianism, she says. But the true belief in Mashiach, the belief in the Mashiach that the Torah attests to, the Mashiach that will come and bring peace to the entire world, someone we hope Hashem will bring forth. That's the Mashiach that Jews have believed in throughout our history. It's the Mashiach that will come, is imminent, and will take us out of this terrible, bitter exile. And this is the message that we have, is that we have to understand that only through the viewpoint of Torah will we have safety and security. If we come up with our own ideas and our own perspectives, we will not. It's only a Torah perspective that is the truth. So let us, Am Yisrael Chai, let us remain strong. Today is the 10th of Tevis, a fast day. And the Rambam says that this day when Mashiach will come, not only will no longer be a fast day, but it'll be transformed to a day of celebration, because we will see that all the negative would have had a positive purpose. Good Shabbos.